guys, and welcome to episode 23 of Notable Needlework. I am Kate, Notable Needle, N-O-T-E-A-B-L-E, on Ravelry, on Plurk, and on Twitter, although I do not tweet very often at all. It has been an interesting week. I mean, not that much has happened in my personal life since, Thursday? But I am feeling better and not nearly as angry at the world. So back to usual happiness. Which means that I got my knitting mojo back. Yay! Let's see. I finished my Camp Loopy socks. Yay! Which I'm very happy about because I think at one point I was actually having nightmares that I wasn't going to finish in time. But these are the Java socks, but I didn't follow the pattern down through the foot. I just did a stockinette foot. And yeah, I like the way they turned out. They're not my favorite things in the world. The top looks kind of bulky. I don't know, I'm not that crazy about them, but they're warm, and I love the color, so I'll probably wear them around the house. I don't think I would wear them out, because it calls for 84 stitches on size 1s. I don't think my foot really fits 84 stitches. If it's 84 in stockinette, like the foot fits just fine, but the leg, not so much, which is odd because I actually have pretty big calves, so I'm not really sure why the ribbing doesn't fit. But, they're fine for around the house. I like the way they look. I don't think I'll ever do another cable sock, ever. Not gonna lie. Teeny tiny cables are not my friend, and I actually don't really like patterned socks. I like just doing like a pretty self-striping yarn with a plain stockinette sock with an afterthought heel. That's what I like. Oh, that's just me. They fit right, and I don't really have anything against them. I just don't personally like them for me to wear or to knit. But Camp Loopy, Woolmiza. So it's all worth it. That's what I keep telling myself anyway. Oh, and these were on size 1s, the larger size, the men's pattern. There's a women's pattern and a men's pattern, and the men's pattern was way closer to fitting my foot than the woman's ever would be. Size 1s in Cascade Heritage Sock, the Como Blue colorway. And that's kind of close. It's more green than this. I say that every time. But this will be the last time because I'm not really going to be showing these again. So, since I finished those, I cast on the lace ribbon slouch hat. And this is just in Lion Brand Cottonese. It's going to be a Christmas present for my niece, who I know does not watch the podcast, so I can say who they're for. It's on size 8s, and it's a quick little pattern. This is the end of the pattern stitch, and I'm ready to start the decreases, which I was going to start yesterday, until I realized I have no idea what colorway this is. I think it's just called like berry pink or something. There's not that many colors for the Cottonese. But I was going to do the decreases with my double points, and I realized they're occupied. So instead of going and getting another pair, which if we could afford it, I probably would do because I'm that lazy, I'm going to finish this hat. This is the Baby's Day Out ensemble. I showed the sweater for it that I finished about a month and a half ago. It's the Lion Brand Pound of Love in turquoise. I think. And it's got the same little border on it. This is the hat. I'm pretty sure it can stretch to fit my head, so I'm not sure what's up with my gauge. I'm doing the 6 to 9 month sides, and I don't think their heads are that big. I mean, whatever, they'll be able to use it later, or I'll be able to wear it. It's 64 stitches on a size 8. And it stretches a lot. So, I don't know. I think it's a 2-year-old size is the biggest, and that was like 70 something, almost 80, and when I do just stockinette beanies, it's 80 on size 8s. So I don't know how big they think little kids' heads are, but I don't think they're that big. So they'll be able to have something that matches their baby sweater, but it'll be able to fit them when they're like 5. I don't know. Maybe babies' heads are bigger than I think they are. Next time I go and babysit, I'll try it on the 2-year-old and the 4-year-old. See how big their heads are. Because I know when you're doing, like, newborn baby hats, they're a lot smaller than this. It's like size 3s, and it's... I don't remember how many stitches it was, but it wasn't like 60. So it's coming along. It's, I think I've got about 2 more inches before I start the decreases, and it's just stockinette, so it flew by. When I found this last night, it was about here, so I added a couple inches of stockinette. And I'm hoping to finish it maybe today. We'll see how much knitting time I get in. And the reason I have not had as much knitting done as expected, considering my mojo is back, is that I have been working on the tree skirt of death. For those who have not seen previous episodes, this is my felt applique tree skirt. It is for my mother-in-law, and I can finally say mother-in-law and not future mother-in-law. But it is the 12 Days of Christmas. So you've got your partridge in a pear tree, 2 turtle doves, 3 French hens, 4 calling birds, 5 golden rings, 6 geese a-laying, 7 swans a-swimming, and I am working on the 8 maids a-milking. Will has been laughing at her whenever I show him the progress because she doesn't have a torso right now. I've just been working on the skirt so far, and I just started putting the hand and the arm on. So once this arm is on, the torso goes on, and then the other arm, and then there's a bucket that will have milk in it. This seems like a really awkward outfit to be wearing when you're milking a cow. Just gonna say. So, way too many layers, in my personal opinion. But it's coming along. My goal with that has been to finish the day that corresponds to each month. So, my initial goal was to have, you know, the partridge in the pear tree done by the end of January, the turtle doves finished by February, etc. So I'm working on month 8, day 8, and I think I should have it done before August. I've been working on it a lot more recently just because I don't want to fall behind once nursing school starts, which is a week from tomorrow. So I'm gonna get as much done as I can. From here on out, the people aren't that difficult. It's fewer pieces. Some of them have more embellishment than others. If you've never done felt applique before, you get all of the 9 million felt pieces, and it's pre-printed, so you cut out along the border and then you follow the lines for embroidery. I think this is for the Lords of Leaping. Yeah. And you get all the thread, which mine is never organized, but it works. And you have the instructions. And it is extraordinarily tedious, but my mother-in-law is worth it. I've done stockings in the past. I've done another tree skirt that was far less detailed than this one. And then I'll probably wind up doing something for us once we start actually really decorating our house for Christmas. This past year, we didn't have a tree, partially because we didn't want to spend the money on a fake one, and we didn't want to deal with a live one. It's not really alive once you cut it, but so we have a little artificial garland. It's a decent size. I think it's 3 or 4 feet that we hung above the fireplace, and then I have a small ornament collection, and we hung the ornaments from the garland. And that was about the extent of our Christmas decorating. So once we have a place that's probably back in California so that we're not leaving our house for a solid 2 weeks right around the holidays, then I might start working more on Christmas decorations, like especially once we have kids, because you have to decorate your house for Christmas once you have kids, even if you're not going to be there for Christmas. So I've been working a lot on that. The past week or so, I finished the 7 Swans of Swimming because I was behind on that, and I've gotten that done on the 8 Maids of Milking. So I am liking the way the progress is happening. I am still waiting for the prints to come from Snapfish so that I can do the scrapbook, but that should come sometime this coming week, and hopefully I'll be able to get it done before nursing school starts. Because again, I have no idea what my schedule is going to be like, how much time I'm going to have. We'll see. I will continue to podcast. It will probably still be on Saturdays, I hope. I know one of the shifts for clinical is I think Friday night to Saturday morning. I'm really hoping I don't get that. I don't care when my shift is, and Friday night in the ER is actually really interesting, but I know that my hubby's going to be home then, and I want to be here when he's here. Yeah. So, in other news, still waiting on my schedule, but I got my DVDs for nursing school. How I have learned that this works is that they will teach you a skill in lab. You come home, they demonstrate the skill in lab, and you do it hands-on. You come home, you have these DVDs which you can watch over and over and over, which demonstrate in painful detail exactly how to do each and every skill, which is extraordinarily useful. And then you're expected to know those skills to do in clinical when you're doing it on actual patients. So my favorite part of this is on the back. It tells you it's got basic, intermediate, and advanced skills. And I just love the fact that they've divided it up this way. So basic skills are basic infection control, bathing, bed making, safe patient handling, elimination assistance, nutrition and fluids, personal hygiene and grooming, vital signs, and restraints and alternatives. My friends were cracking up about that last night and talking about sneaking into my class for some of those days. Intermediate skills are wound and pressure ulcer care. Pressure ulcers are bed sores. Enteral nutrition, infection control, ostomy care, respiratory care and suctioning, preoperative nursing care, postoperative nursing care, specimen collection, and urinary catheter management. Advanced skills are safe medication administration, non-parental medication administration, intravenous fluid therapy administration, management of intravenous fluid therapy, intravenous medication administration, parental nutrition, injections, and vascular access. So I'm actually really interested, well, in all of these, but it's sort of astonishing to know that I will have learned how to do all this stuff by the end of this semester. So come December, I will know how to do every single thing on this DVD set, which is amazing. I know from this I will be getting other sets in the future for different classes. I didn't actually sleep that well last night. I don't 100% know why, but I don't know. But I have up on my bulletin board my class breakdown for the next 5 semesters. So I know that I'll be getting the OBGYN disc for the spring semester when I do OBGYN and psych. In the spring, it's geriatrics, which doesn't have a specific one. This is pretty much what you need for geriatrics. I mean, there's other things that we're going to be learning in the lecture, but as far as skills go, it's not that different. And then next fall is Peds and Adolescents, which will be the Care of Infants and Children DVD skill set. I think Adult is also in the fall. And then the spring is Community Health, which is what I want to do. And Leadership and Management, which is not so much what I want to do, but one of those things that comes with the territory. So that will be the physical examination and health assessment. Granted, that is a vital part in all of the stages, but more so in community health, which is a lot of primary care, which is what I want to do. I believe, actually, I think that I need the physical examination and health assessment for this semester as well. But the way that they have it, I kept trying to find the DVD set, and the lowest price was $6,000 because it's supposed to be purchased by the institution, and then I believe we purchase a access code to watch them online. But it lists the ISBN for it, so I might try and find them, because if I can just have them on a DVD and access them whenever I want and not lose my access to them just because the class ends, that would be awesome. So I'll probably be looking around for those today, now that I noticed that. That is pretty much it. I will be spending the rest of today probably watching Star Trek with my honey and working on the hat, the 2 hats hopefully, if I can finish that baby hat today, which would be awesome. I can crank out hats pretty quickly, so there's hoping. So that is about it. I hope that your week is going awesomely, and I will be anxiously awaiting next Monday to come. And probably getting a haircut at some point. Yes, my hair is wet again. I have to get used to taking showers in the afternoons instead of the mornings, because I know that when I come home from clinical, that's all I'm going to want to do is take a shower. If I don't take one at the hospital, which is entirely possible because I don't want to get gross stuff in my car. So assuming that the hospital that I'm doing my clinicals at has a locker room with a shower, which I know the VA does, then I will be taking full advantage of that, because I don't care who I take a shower with. I want all of the gross everything off of me. I'm okay with dealing with the gross, but I don't want the gross coming into my house. Not happening. So, yeah. Hopefully your week is going awesomely, and I will see y'all next week. Oh! Totally forgot. So as part of the Plurk Podcaster Challenge, which if you haven't already heard about that from the 25 other podcasters that are doing it. You can check out, I'll put a link in the show notes all about that. But we are doing a bonus contest knit-along thing. So there is an organization called Mother Bear that if you give them, you pay for a pattern, I think it's $5, and it's a printed pattern, so they mail it to you to make these little stuffed bears, and they give them to children in developing countries. I think most of it has been Haiti recently. I'll be putting a post in the Ravelry group, which if you are not already a member, you should be, all about that, how you can get the pattern, and I will be doing a knit-along for that because I got one of the 10 free patterns that Lois from Knitting to My Bag is mailing to me. I'll be organizing a knit-along for that, and you can join knit-alongs. You can join more than one knit-along because I think pretty much all of the podcasters will be doing these knit-alongs, but you have to do a different bear for each knit-along because Lois will be checking photos between the different groups. So don't be a bad person. So just check the Ravelry group for that post and for instructions on how to get the pattern and all about the organization, because it's a very good cause. It really is. And that will go from September 2nd to, I think, the first couple days in October. I think October 2nd. So be sure to go and get that pattern and get all your supplies organized, and I'm looking forward to doing that with you. So be sure to check that out. Join the Ravelry group. Come say hi. That's about it. See you next week.